Welcome to today's reading lesson. We are still focusing on nonfiction and looking at biographies. So you have access to this biography bookshelf in your Google Classroom on today's lesson. So what you're going to do for today is after my mini lesson video, you are going to choose one of these biographies to go read on Epic. As always, each book has the link to Epic. If when you get to Epic, it's asking you to sign up, what you need to do is go up to the top right-hand corner, click to log in with our class code and your account, and then X out of that tab, come back here, re-click on the book that you want, and it should load no problem. Sometimes it just needs you to re-sign in. So after you've selected which biography you want to do, you will read it. And make sure you have Post-its or your dry erase board or a piece of paper with you to jot things down as you're reading. Jot down those important things that you're learning, because it's important to take jots to help you understand what you're reading, and that it'll then help you with your independent assignment today, which I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do so that way you are focused with your jots. So for my example, I went and read a book about Thomas Edison, a famous inventor. And I then completed this document, which you will be completing yourself after you read. So just like I did, you're going to put the title of the book that you read at the top so we know what book you chose. We really always want to know what books you're choosing, what you're selecting. Not only will you put the title here, but don't forget to put it in your reading log as well, because we want to make sure that you're getting your credit in your reading log for what you read. And so you put the title, and then down below, we want you to tell us at least 3 important things that you learned about the main character in your book, which is the person that the biography was about. And as always, we use full, complete sentences. Do not just write one word or a couple words. Make sure it's a full, complete sentence, starting with capital letters, ending with punctuation. The person's name absolutely needs to be capitalized because they are a proper noun. So the 3 things that I thought were most important that I learned about my character, or most interesting, was that Thomas Edison is a well-known inventor. So he created several items that we use and benefit from still today. So all these years later, we're still using things that he created, like the electric light bulb, those light bulbs that we plug in to light up a room. That's created by him. And then also he did create and patent the very first voting machine, which we still use voting machines today for elections. He also invented something called the phonograph, which was recorded sounds. So we use things like that today too. Like right now, I'm recording a video that has sound. So things that we still use that were influenced by him. The second thing was that he struggled in school and would often daydream and not pay attention. Hopefully you're all paying attention now. And his mom decided to homeschool him because of that. So he didn't even attend school in person or in a school building, yet he was so bright and so smart. So I thought that was super interesting. And then another thing is that when he was 15 years old, he saved the life of a 3-year-old boy. He had pulled him off of the path of an oncoming train. So that was incredible. So those are just 3 of the really important things that stuck out to me. And if you were to read the same book as me, you might pull out 3 other important facts. So I just want to know what 3 things you find most interesting about your character in this biography. If there's more than 3 things that you want to tell, you absolutely can tell us more than 3 things. We just want to have at least 3. So no less than 3, not 2, not just 1, 3 things. Then the last part is you are going to use 2 words to describe the person you read the biography about. So these are words that you would use to describe the character's traits. What kind of person is your the character in your biography? So what kind of person were they? Think about words to describe them, those describing words that you would use to talk about the choices they made, the actions they had, what kind of person they are. And you need to explain why you chose that word. So not just saying they are this, period. You have to say why. What examples or what things from your book or that you learned about them helps you have that explanation. And as always, full complete sentences. And I have an example here of a kind of sentence that you could use for your response. Here are my two examples for Thomas Edison. So Thomas Edison is hardworking because he invented multiple inventions and he persevered to work through difficulties when creating his inventions. So he didn't just give up. He worked hard and he was constantly making new things and trying his very best. I also said that Thomas is also creative. So that's another word to describe him because he thought outside the box and he found new ways to look at things, which helped him with his inventions. He was able to create these new things to help others because he was so creative and he was so smart. So he thought outside the box. So those are the two words I would use to describe Thomas Edison. So as a reminder, what you are going to do today is you are going to read a biography. It has to be nonfiction. It has to be a biography. And I've put together this nonfiction reading shelf for you to have an awesome selection of books that you can choose from. If none of those interest you on your reading level, you can just go to Epic and type in the search bar biography. Or if there's a certain person that you know you want to look for, just make sure, again, when you're searching, that you are reading a book that's on the levels that we have told you you are allowed to read from. If you're unsure of your level, just write a private comment on your lesson and we will remind you of your reading level. And again, if it's a book that is a read to me, a read out loud book, do not have it read it out loud to you. We want you to do the reading. If you want to read it a second time where you listen to it, that's fine. But the first time through, you do need to read it on your own. So after you've read your biography and you've taken jots while you've read, you're going to go to the Google document. You're going to write the 3 things or more that you learned about your main character, who your biography was about. And then you're going to write 2 sentences explaining how you would describe the person. What character traits did you notice about them and why? And everything is full, complete sentences. And then do not forget to go to your reading log, fill in the books that you read. Remember, it has to be at least no less than 25 minutes. So if your biography takes you less than 25 minutes, make sure you also read something else so you have a total of 25 or more minutes in your reading log. Happy reading, 3rd graders.